Let's work on reusing the arms. This is going to require a few steps, but we'll make it work. What we'll do in this lesson is first make sure the arm rig fits inside of the character's arms, and then we'll spend time cleaning up the transformations of those controls afterwards. But let's go ahead and again break this down step by step. So what I'll do is go ahead and select the arm bone, and just to double check to make sure, you could always go to your outliner, find the object, and frame it. You could also see that it has a transform group because of how it's been separated. But no problem, we'll go ahead and work with this and make sure everything is clean in the end. What we'll want to do is grab our arm bone, we'll grab our elbow control, and grab our arm control. That way, when we move all of these simultaneously, we're moving the entire arm rig. Alright, so at this point, we can now translate the arm up and over so that the root of the arm fits inside of the end of the shoulder. So just moved it up and can also move it forward. Again, so the arm root is going to be matched to the end joint of our shoulder bone. So we'll make it match as best we can, and then we'll go ahead and align it perfectly later on. Alright, so once that's done, we can now take our arm control, move that over, move it down, and start having it match inside of our character's arm. So I'll go ahead and bring it down so that the pivot of the wrist is in the right spot. Down a little bit more. That looks good. Okay, great. Well, I'd say that will work for the arm control, for the elbow. Now for the arm bone itself, let's go ahead and snap it now to the end of the shoulder. So I'll go ahead and click in the center to refresh the manipulator, and now we can go ahead and vert snap in place. Okay, now how are we going to mirror this to the other half? Well, we can use locators for that. So what I'll do is create just a few locators. We'll create one. Let's go ahead and move that over, duplicate it. We'll get rid of these afterwards. We're just going to use this as a mirroring tool. Alright, so at this point, let's go ahead and align these locators to our control objects. The first locator we made, we could always snap to our wrist joint. The second one is going to need to be matched to our elbow control. That way, when we mirror it over, we just need to snap our elbow control on the opposite side to our mirrored locator. So that control selected, let's go to our local rotation axis tool, again display, transform display, or if you've already added it to yourself, feel free to use that. I'll grab the locator now and snap to the L array of our elbow control. Now we no longer need the L array visible, so we can go ahead and hide it. Alright, so to mirror these, it's just a matter of taking a look at our values. We did not freeze our locators at all. What that means is we can safely go in and add the reciprocal into our translate X to mirror these across. So for instance, in our first locator tied to our wrist, we can go ahead and put in a value of positive 0.528. Move that over, or whatever your value is. We'll go to the next locator, do the same. Put in the reciprocal to mirror it over. And now, it's just a matter of taking our arm control, snapping that to our locator, taking the elbow control, snapping that to the next locator. And now we can take our arm and just snap that to the end of the shoulder on the opposite side. And there we go, the arms have been mirrored. So what's neat about Maya is that there are a number of ways of doing the same thing. And as long as we know the tools, we'll know how to use them advantageously to have that happen. Well, that is going to finish the lesson for now. So let's say we go ahead and move on to tweaking the hands in the next lesson.